We have to change from doubter to believer.
Good morning and welcome to DTBTV. It's back and I'm back feeling lovely and refreshed. I hope you're all doing well, and it's been a great week. There's no doubt about it. 2 seconds. There is no doubt it has been an absolute great week. I need a haircut. My hair's bothering me. No, I hope you're all well. I'm doing great. Enjoyed yesterday, even though I wasn't able to watch the game. I just enjoyed keeping an eye, and I also enjoyed being at work because for those that know me or on my personal Facebook, I work with a lot of Evertonians, so it was just nice. It was just nice seeing their faces, realising that we're back, and we are back. So yeah, again, hold your head in shame if you jump the gun this window, giving the owners grief, giving Klopp grief. Morning, Ben. Because to me, it's just not good enough. You know, it's not acceptable as a supporter. And if you are a Liverpool supporter that did that, then maybe you need to have a little think about yourself. And everyone's entitled to an opinion. But I've said this from day one. You don't need to scream hate at the owners straight away. Why don't you just wait? And how many times did I say in my video, wait till the window finishes? Wait until the window finishes before you pass judgment. Because, and I said this, for those that follow my videos, you know I said this. I said, do you think that John W. Henry and FSG want to lose the title? They don't. For God's sake, they're businessmen, but they're also successful businessmen. They pride themselves on winning, you know, the baseball tournaments and the football tournaments. It's you know, it's that special billionaire conversation, isn't it? You know, you sat round a dinner table going, "Oh, my Liverpool team just won the league." That's what these rich businessmen want, and you don't need to spend tons of money. I mean, I'm going to say this, right? Did the fan base kick off when we signed Danny Murphy from Crewe for £2 million a few years ago? Did the fans kick off when we signed from Willem Tway, Sammy Hippier for £2 million a few years ago? The fans kick off when we signed Jari Litmanen on a free transfer, Gary McAllister on a free transfer, Joel Matip on a free transfer, James Milner on a free transfer. You don't need to spend fortunes to make or sign top players. Now here's another example. Rangers signed Glenn Kamara for 50 grand. 50 grand. He used to play for Arsenal. He's only about 20 something. I think he's early 20s. And they signed him for 50 grand from Kilmarnock. If Rangers sold Glenn Kamara today, they'd get 15 million for him easily. Easily 15 million for a 50 grand player. Right? Seamus Coleman from Everton. How much he cost? 70 grand. Seamus Coleman cost 70 grand. Right? So it's just that classic example again, isn't it? Of fans wanting these £80 million players, these £100 million players. Morning, Todd. You don't always need to. And obviously Klopp said, in normal circumstances, we wouldn't have gone for Ben Davies. But when we had a look at him, we were actually surprised. So what that tells me is FSG said, look, we haven't got the money to go out and buy up Upamecano. We haven't got the money to go out and spend 50, 60, 70, 80 million. We haven't got the money to spend 30 million on the defender. And nobody's buying our players. Who did we sell? We sold no one. So how can you finance moves in the transfer market for financial fair play or for whatever when you're not balancing the books? It has to be done. So look at it like this. Klopp said that he would never have looked at Ben Davies unless we had to look at that criteria of players that basically, you know, we can afford. And he said he was surprised when he actually seen the quality of the player for the price that was being muted. Celtic were going to buy him. Celtic, you know, he'd have played Europa League, he'd have played, you know, Champions League qualification, whatever it would have been. And, you know, I heard that Sheffield United were going to bid 15 million for him about a year ago. And I also heard that Aston Villa. Yeah, Aston Villa were looking at him. So let's look at Ben Davies and think to ourselves, right? Okay, he's cost £1.2 million up front. He's then He's then got an appearance. I think if he plays for England, they get a bit more money, which is fair enough if he plays for England. He's 25 years old. He's not going to. He's going to be happy if he's fourth choice centre back, because he is, right? I don't think that because we've signed these two, they'll be thrown in straight away for Brighton. I actually think that the centre backs for Brighton on Wednesday will be Phillips and Hendo, and that's just my opinion. I think Kabak and Davies will probably play. Well, I mean, Kabak could probably come in for Manchester City, because then we could put Henderson in midfield for that game. So it could be Kabak and Phillips. But that's what I'm going for. Davies, I think Klopp will look at him in training first. It's a no-brainer. Because what Liverpool have done and what FSG again have done is absolute marketing genius, especially Edwards. Because look at it like this. The only reason why we got him for as cheap as we did was because his contract was running out. He's now just signed a contract with Liverpool, so his value's already trebled anyway. And the fact that he's now made a move to Liverpool, even if he plays a few games, right, you're going to get £8 million for him, £10 million for him when we sell him. That's just the way it is. So I wouldn't be surprised, and hear this one out, I wouldn't be surprised if Davies does really well for us, yeah, but then we go and get an Upamecano or something in a year or so or whatever, and we've got Gomez back, and we've got Van Dijk back, and we've got a good strong centre back partnership. I wouldn't be surprised if Rangers came in for Davies. Steven Gerrard, probably bought him offers for £5, £6, £7 million, because why not? Rangers are going to have Champions League money for next season, so you just don't know. And what I'm saying is, you're not going to lose any money off Ben Davies, so that's a great signing. And I'll tell you what, I watched this YouTube video, and listen, I've got a lot of friends that support Championship clubs. I've got a mate that supports Forest. I've got a mate that supports Fulham. Obviously, Fulham are not in the Championship, but they have been. And they all said he's a great defender. And I've looked at his YouTube videos. He's great on his left foot. He can pass the ball. Slot him alongside of that, even if he has to come in for a game against that with VVD, I think he'll do great. He looks that type of centre back. Van Dijk's going to be back in April. He's said that. So he's going to want to play all the month of April, all the month of May to be fit for the Euros. So what we're looking at, right? We've got the rest of February and we've got 8 weeks. 8 weeks until Van Dijk returns. Jota should be back soon as well. So and that's a great. And this lad, Ozan Kabak, he's 20, and I've seen some ridiculous comments from Liverpool fans again about, oh, if he's that great, then why has Schalke conceded all this goals and at bottom of the league, or near the bottom of the league? He's 20 years old. He's 20. And let's just get it straight. He's seen who he's played for, and he's only 20. He's played for Galatasaray, he's played for Stuttgart, he's played for Schalke. He's a Turkish international. He's 20 years old. And by the way, when you're a defender, there's also 3 other defenders that play at the back and the goalkeeper. So they might just have a shit goalkeeper and a shit other 3 defenders. And you can't ask a 20-year-old defender to be a colossus. He'll grow into a colossus. And what annoys me about comments like that from Liverpool fans is it shows they've got no faith at all in Klopp as a coach. They've got no faith in Ped Linders. They've got no faith in the whole staff at Liverpool in making a player better. And they've also got short memories, because they don't remember how great we made Robertson. They don't remember how great we made Gina. They don't remember how great we've made Mane. They don't remember how great we've made Mo Salah. Can you name any players apart from Karius who's got worse at Liverpool? I can't. Every single player that Liverpool have signed, they've made into a world-class footballer. Simple as that. Trent, world-class right-back, made by Liverpool. Start giving Liverpool Football Club a little bit of credit for the development of football players, their football players. That bugs me. Right, let's just go through this. I'm going to read a little piece now, anyway, like I always do, that I spotted this morning. Say hello to everyone first. Morning, Todd. Morning, Liam. Morning, Graham. Morning, Emma. Just going to your comment there, Ben, about Minamino. Great move for him. I'm actually really looking forward to his debut. And guess who his debut's against? Only Man United. Tonight, possibly. I don't know whether they got it in on time, but I think Minamino could be playing tonight against Manchester United at Old Trafford. Can you imagine if he scored? We should always support the club no matter what, Michael. Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Craig. Good morning, Ahmad. FSC and Klopp are really super and great. I'm had yet. Just 10 minutes. Morning, Paul. Jesus, Michael, you're trying to get about 8,000 comments in here. Todd, great business by the club. Our club is constantly going in the right direction. I was just thinking that FSU gets stick right. Kabak won't be on peanuts. He'll be getting paid a lot of money. All right, Minamino will probably get his wages covered now by Southampton. We're going to be building the new stand this summer. They've just finished the new training ground. And are you telling me in the summer now that we're going to spend nothing? No. The money's already been put aside for the summer. So Michael Edwards and FSG yesterday, to make sure that Minamino going out would basically be covering the wages for both Davies and Kabak probably. Unbelievable. And again, to balance the books, we got one out, foreign player in. So Kabak is the foreign replacement for Minamino. Davies coming in was a British player coming into the actual quota, which is great. And let's just go down a little bit further. Morning, Dan. Yeah, Edwards is a pure genius. Totally agree with you. Morning, Jason. Morning, Sam. You don't deserve a statue, Edwards. I do think he's a genius, but a statue for a director or whatever he is, a transfer director, I'm not having that. I mean, I asked for one for Gerard Houllier and got shot down, so I'm not having one for Edwards. But funny, Sam. Klopp always good at finding a diamond in the rough. Yes, Kathy, totally agree with that. Jacket, morning and absolutely spot on. Morning, Jacket. Cheers, Paddy. Morning, mate. Morning, Stuart. Yeah, so would I, mate. A Minamino late winner in Fergie time, that'd be great, Stuart, definitely. He can't play tonight, Todd. All right, thanks for letting me know. Bit of a shame. That's ridiculous, isn't it? Do you know what I don't get with that? If the transfer is in time, right, why can't they play the next game? Because if he's in time to be signed, he must be in time to play. Don't get it. Anyway, it's great to be back live. I'm really, really gutted I missed the game against West Ham. And I couldn't go live. It's a bit of a weird feeling. It's surreal, really. But another thing as well, I can't do Man City this Sunday either because I'm working. But my weekend shifts are I've got to be finishing the next few weeks, and then I'll be back again. So it's going to be fine. Yeah, what can I say next? Anyway, I want to read this piece out to you with regards to what was it? With regards to this, it's by the Independent. Just listen to this. First, the bright side. When Liverpool eased their injury crisis at centre-back by signing Ozan, Kabak and Ben Davies for a combined initial fee of 1.5 million. That is unbelievable. 1.5 million for the two of them. Crisp analysis of the deadline day scramble came from an unlikely source, the UK and Ireland's Twitter account for Kentucky Fried Chicken. Michael Edwards could walk into KFC for a snack box, but would end up walking out with the secret recipe, 2 of our fryers and a shirt off my back, was their response to the sporting director, somehow managing to get 2 deals done for the shortest of change, even though every football executive and their dog knew of the club's desperation for defenders. The champions secured 2 players with high ceilings, aged 20 and 25, without financially hampering themselves or hindering their long-term planning for the position. Not a shabby result given the complexities of the coronavirus-shaped window, evident by the lack of mega action across Europe's top leagues, especially considering Liverpool were forced into the market after injuries to both Matip and Fabinho. The former will miss the rest of the season after suffering ankle ligament damage, which left the club with no option but to seek in reinforcements, with Virgil van Dijk, Joe Gomez also enjoying lengthy absences. There can be an appreciation for Edwards delivering quite a sensible solution under trying circumstances, mixed with the discontent that the Merseysiders didn't act sooner, leaving them to scratch around the time ticked away. Liverpool accepted it was a gamble allowing Dejan Lovren to exit in the summer without replacing him, as they were confident Fabinho could fill in at centre-back when Gomez or Matip were unavailable. The operating word being when and not if, because unfortunately neither had reliable fitness records across the campaign. Their plan, however, obviously could not and did not account for the loss of a mainstay. Van Dijk's ACL injury in the Merseyside derby on 17th of October changed the state of play, but it was hard to find a counter-argument when Jurgen Klopp insisted that you can't click your fingers and replace a figure of that stature in the market. But Liverpool were now effectively down to 2 centre-backs, having let Lovren go, and inside 10 days would also lose Matip to injury. Less than a month after Van Dijk's serious setback, Gomez required surgery on a tendon in his knee, and Fabinho was nursing a hamstring problem. And so it was apparent by the second week of November that the Liverpool would have to have a gigantic trouble in the heart of defence for the rest of the taxing campaign. But post Van Dijk's injury, the mentality monsters continued to deliver, winning 5 of their next 6 fixtures in all competitions, while only conceding 3, one of which was a draw against Man City at the Etihad. After Gomez's misfortune, they posted huge victories over Leicester, Wolves, Tottenham and Palace. There was a sense that the character of the team, a fundamental that of becoming the champions of England and Europe, could absorb the absences and carry on. But that was asking too much of them, and the system to function at an elite level without key armourer, while fatigue and a lack of recovery time ruled supreme. By the end of December, that was evident, and it was only further underscored in the January with the triumph with a solitary 1 triumph in 7 fixtures, a win against Aston Villa's Kids in the FA Cup third round. Although the defence itself wasn't the issue, with Liverpool only conceding more than once in the defeat to Man United in the same competition, the knock-on effects of being without senior centre-backs proved detrimental. It affected the positioning and confidence of full-backs, changed the personnel in midfield with Fabinho and Henderson moving back, and reduced the ability to get the ball to the forwards quicker, says Van Dijk's diagonals, and the skill of other two stepping in with possession. Klopp admitted signing the centre-back would have afforded Liverpool greater stability in different scenarios and became more publicly open about the struggles of the situation. The club had to always take availability, affordability and skill set into the equation whilst balancing out whether quick fixes would stifle any of their longer term thinking. When the extent of Joel Matip's injury was known, there had been unsuccessful fast-track attempts to secure the signings of Marseille's Dushunder Kaleta was one example, but League One side understandably refused to sanction the move as there was not enough time for them to find a replacement. They rebuffed a 20 million proposal for a left-sided right-footed player with Braga's David Carmo, and Bayer Leverkusen's Edmund Tapsoba was also considered. Kabak was the option most likely to materialise, with Schalke interested in Shadran Mustafi as a replacement. Liverpool had assessed the Turkey international for 18 months after he had been strongly recommended to the club by Klopp by the manager's best friend David Wagner, who coached the 20-year-old at the Veltins Arena. Former Schalke sporting director Christian Heidel, who worked with the Reds boss at Mainz, also provided a glowing appraisal of the youngster. The deal effectively acts as a 6-month trial for the 20-year-old. Davies is rated as one of the best left-sided centre-backs in the Championship. Would never have been in Liverpool's radar if it wasn't for the unprecedented situation they find themselves in. But what I like about Ben is it just shows that each situation creates opportunities, Klopp said. I think it's probably clear that in a normal transfer window, without issues, we would not look at Preston if there's a player for us. It's not really likely, but since we saw him and since we saw our situation clear and clear, the problems we had, when we saw him, we got really excited about it and thought, wow. So Klopp actually says, wow, what's this kid doing down at that level? So that's a really, really good piece there, I like, from the Independent. And it just goes to show you that Liverpool don't panic buy, and they even the panic because Oblak's been on the radar for a long time, and Ben Davies was just, I think that was more of a business decision. You know, he's going to be 4th choice centre back. I think Kabak is the main one there, with his experience of playing in the Champions League, in the Bundesliga. He's an international football player, so I reckon it works out like this: Kabak and Phillips, Kabak and Henderson are our main 2 at the moment. I like what James Milner did as well. James Milner did, you best stop playing that well there, Hendos. You've got to stay there for good, which is probably true. But anyway, that was just a quick transfer update from me. I hope you're all well. And join me at 1 o'clock for the Brighton preview. I hope you enjoyed this short video and a little piece I've just read out. DTBTV is back in full working order. And also tomorrow I will be doing the coach welcome. This time I'm not letting my son have Snapchat on my phone until it goes dead, where I missed the Man United bus, but I did miss a Liverpool bus. So we'll have coach welcomes, player ratings, prediction videos, all coming from DTBTV in the next 24 hours. Have a great morning, have a great day. You'll never walk alone.